Greeting. Once again, this is the Get To Free Press, and I'm George Austin Lyons. As we watch all that's going on across the nation, including a young black American who was a veteran of a war of this nation, yet we see what happened to him and what he did to police officers here in the United States of America. No one should support violence and the taking of human life nowhere on this planet, not only here in America, but no place. But if I will, and if you can comprehend what I'm about to say, have anybody asked the question, what made that young man take an assault rifle and shoot down peacemakers as defined under our form of government?
And I tried hard to be proud of my service, but all I could feel was shame. And racism could no longer mask the reality of the occupation. These were people, these were human beings. I've since been plagued by guilt anytime I see an elderly man, like the one who couldn't walk, who we rolled onto a stretcher and told the Iraqi police to take him away. I feel guilt anytime I see a mother with her children, like the one who cried hysterically and screamed that we are worse than Saddam as we forced her from her home. I feel guilt anytime I see a young girl, like the one I grabbed by the arm and dragged into the street. We were told we were fighting terrorists. The real terrorist was me, and the real terrorism is this occupation.
Peace, family.
Have anybody asked the question, what made that young man take an assault rifle and shoot down peacemakers as defined under our form of government?
And it was what I already had spoke about before even this shit even kicked off. My last episode, standing up when you're right. The episode is kind of long, but it's about a principle, standing up when you know you're right. You see, okay, the protesters in Baton Rouge yesterday. I see a woman, she's speaking articulately to the crowd, to her fellow protesters. She's speaking to them, telling them, yo, what we need to do, and they're wrong, and this and that. But you're still repeating the same stuff that we already know. We know the system is wrong. We know they're oppressing us, yada, yada, yada. We know this, okay? When they see this, they arrest those people. Even though she knows she has the right, and she's saying it. I have the right, we have the right, yada, yada, yada. What did I say in my last episode? You know your rights, but then you got to stand on your rights. It's two parts to freedom. Knowing your rights doesn't mean nothing, especially in this world ran by devils. You're in a world that's ran by devils. Get this through your head right now. Devils run this. They don't understand your words. It doesn't click in them. It doesn't get through to them. Blood, revenue. That's the only thing that gets to. And this is a history, 100%. I'm almost at a loss of words because I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say to you. But her knowing the rights is not going to stop anything. You got to stand on your rights. You see, that's what separates me from the 7 billion. And that's why I'm so powerful, because I stand on my rights. And if you go back to my episode, I give you an example of when I stood on my rights. If I'm peaceful protesting and they come up, that's why I don't go to protest, because I know I speak well, I'm articulate, I can motivate, I can inspire, and those are the ones they arrest. So I know they would try to arrest me, and I know I would die right there, because you're not going to kidnap me. I know my rights, but I stand on my rights.
I wrote the President Bush years ago. Why do Al-Qaeda and now ISIS, why do they hate us so much? Why do they hate us so much? Why do they hate us much. Why do they hate us so much? Why do they hate us so much? I was taught in school that every action often generates a reaction. So is it that the superpowers of the world so powerful that they refuse to ask a question to the little small, weaker nations? Why don't we ask the leaders of ISIS, of Palestine, and other small, weak nations of the world, including those in Africa? Why do they hate us so much? Why do they hate us so much? Why don't we call a conference? Call a conference with those so-called terrorists sitting on the head table with CNN, the BBC, news media outlets in Russia, China, North Korea, Japan, and around the world. Let the world listen to why they hate us so much. Why do they hate us so much? Why do they hate us so much? Perceived or real? Why? Why do they want to destroy and bring down the West? Is it something in our foreign policy? Or is it something that the superpowers has done and continues to do to the weaker nations of the earth? Why do they hate us so much? Is it that they cannot get their stories told? Is it that, say, the large news media outlets do not see their problems, their pain, and their sufferings as newsworthy? And so the superpowers of the world, they choose to ignore them to the degree that they are willing to put bombs around their waists, around the waist to say to the world that we belong to God. We deserve to have a state just like Israel, the United States, and other states and nations of the world. Are they really terrorists or freedom fighters? Look, let's bring it home to Valdosta, Georgia. Right here in Lowndes County and in the state of Georgia. Look, 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 America, look, North Korea, look, Russia, look, Japan, look, Washington, D.C., President Barack Obama, Loretta Lynch of the Department of Justice, Civil Rights Division, look, Georgia Attorney General Sam Olens, look, not in Pakistan, not in Palestine, not in China or Uzbekistan or North Korea, but right here where I stand. Lowndes County High School, May the 25th, 2013, following the death of Kendrick Johnson, I, George Boston Rhymes, I, a retired military veteran, I, once an active duty that served 2 tours out at Moody Air Force Base. Former business owner for 14 years, taxpayer here in Valdosta, Lowndes County. I, as a community activator, was placed under a criminal trespass without violating any law. Over 3 years ago, I have this recorded on a tape, and it's posted over the internet. All local, state, and federal government agencies have access to that information. But nobody have removed me from an illegal criminal trespass after the death of Kendrick Johnson. And so the audio says over the sheriff deputy radio that Wes Taylor placed me under this restriction, wherein I cannot go on any part of Lowndes County High School property. Yet, I see birds, I see dogs, I've seen cats, I've seen people in the hundreds march onto this campus. Some of them may be child molesters, some of them may have committed murder and out on probation, but I violated no law. I cannot go to a Lowndes County School Board of Education that's on the high school property here. But I violated no law. Now look, if I was like maybe the young man that has served his nation, he was a veteran, you know, and he became so frustrated, like I would have if my grandmama had not raised me some others. I believe in this form of government. But look, I am becoming so frustrated. That young man may have did what I have done. He had called on every government agency to do something about his issues, and they all turned thumbs down on him. Thumbs down on him. Well, when they do that to us, what other alternatives do we have? Now, I have pleaded with the Sheriff's Department, every government agency here, the City Council, County Commissioners, to Secretary of State, Brian P. Kemp, Attorney General Sam Orlins, Governor of the state of Georgia, another agent in the Department of Justice out of Atlanta, who said they were going to send this to other government agencies, to Eric Holder, to Loretta Lynch, and the Civil Rights Division. But 3 years and counting, a honorably discharged military veteran cannot get any government agency to look into why I am under a criminal trespass as a black man in America, and I violated no law. I violated no law. Now, if they can restrict me, then this means that they can restrict any of your children going to Lowndes County or Valdosta High School or any other school. If they can restrict me and I violated no law, this means that even white children that's attending Wiregrass Technical College, that are attending Georgia Military College, that are attending Valdosta State University can be stopped by the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department and told that they are under a criminal trespass, and they do not have to put it in writing because they didn't put mine in writing. I repeat, they do not have to put it in writing. They can just take away your rights because we are under apparently a police state, local, county, state, and federal government will even address the fact that our constitutional rights are being taken away. They won't nobody respond to it. Nobody. Now look, when I was in uniform for 21 years, whatever my commanding officer told me to do, I did not have a choice. I had to do it. So can you imagine how our young people feel when they call the highest levels of government, like the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division, or Eric Holder at the helm of the Department of Justice, or Loretta Lynch at the top level of the Justice Department of this nation, and you tell them that they have denied you your basic rights and you violated no law, and they don't give a damn about you as a veteran. They don't give a damn about you and your children and coming generations. Now look, somebody must tell the world. Let me repeat. Somebody must tell the world what a real democracy looks like. Because if nobody tell America, let me rephrase that. If nobody tell the American people, even the people in America will not know what a real democracy looks like. But when they can pull you over, stop you, and put you under a criminal trespass without justification, without notification, without putting anything in writing, and it stays in there for over 3 years and counting, it may be 10 years. And if it takes 10 years for me to keep talking, I'm going to keep talking so the world will know what a real democracy looks like, because there may be nations of the world that want to join and become a democracy, and they will have a false image of what a democracy looks like. And Jesus said, if the Bible is right, in St. John 8:32, and ye shall know the truth, and that the truth shall make you free. Now in closing, I want you all to know, and I want you to Google Boston G.B.R. criminal trespass on George Boston Ryan. But look, even more saddening and even more sickening is that when I was stopped with KJ family, Kendrick Johnson family, and supporters was standing all around when Deputy Thomas did this to me, but he didn't put it in writing. And when I asked them what law had I broken, well, guess what? Mr. President Barack Obama, I still don't know. Loretta Lynch, Attorney General Loretta Lynch, I still don't know. Eric Holder, former. If you would have looked at the video that I sent you, why didn't you respond? Wait a minute, I haven't finished yet. Georgia Governor Nathan Deal, Georgia Attorney General Sam Olens, Secretary of State Brian P. Kemp, the Chairman of the Lowndes County Board of Commissioners, the Mayor of Valdosta, Mayor Gale, and each council member, they all know about this. But not a single one of them have stood up for our active duty, disabled, and retired military veterans. For that's what I once was, and that's what I am. And they did not respond to me. They haven't tried to lift this foolish, disrespectful act against an innocent American citizen. So what do you all want me to do? Do you want me to do what others are doing because nobody will listen to their pain, their suffering, and their cries? Moreover, how many more black people are under a criminal trespass after the death of Kendrick Johnson? I know of others, but some of them can't say nothing. Let me repeat. Some of them can't say anything because they are still employed at the school at low levels of employment, but they want to keep their job. But look, some of us must let the world see the power of the Department of Justice. Somebody must show and let the world see how much the president of Barack Obama cares about black people that are denied their basic rights here in the United States of America. Not in 1816, not in 1916, but in 2016. And so we're going to continue to paint this picture like Michelangelo, because you all have a right to know what could happen to you, your children, your neighbor's children, and coming generations, while they can just put them under a criminal trespass, while they could even just put them up and say they was interfering with the police officer, while they could say he had a gun, or they could say that you were speeding and you wasn't, or they can say that you was driving under the influence and you wasn't. I mean, if they tell one lie, then they can tell another lie to justify that lie, and then tell another lie to prove that the lie they told was not a lie at all. There are some of us. There are some of us left. There are some of us left who are the real Christians. There are the real Muslims. There are the real Jews. There are the real Hindu. There are the real patriots of this republic. And we love this country so much until we're going to stand for what is right while standing on the word of the God of our ancestors, which said, I have no respect of persons. For what I say unto one, I say unto all. That's what God said. And so the wicked are saying something too. And what the wicked are saying is this: as I have done it to George Boston Rhines with that illegal, unjustified criminal trespass to prove to that black man that he is no better than a black man was back in 1857 under the Dred Scott decision, which said that no black man had any rights. Let me repeat. No black man had any rights that a white man was bound to respect.
Roger B. Tawney, a Southerner, reads a decision that says that Dred Scott, as a black person, and black people generally, had never been, were not then, could never be citizens of the United States, and as such have no rights which white men are bound to respect.
I didn't write that. My grandparents didn't write that. The NAACP didn't write that. We're talking about the Supreme Court. Not to mention the black codes. The black codes. Blacks could not assemble in groups of more than 5. Denied our name. Stripped of our culture, our God, our religion. Couldn't even carry a gun to defend ourselves. And now you talk about all lives matter? Yes, but why didn't you say that in the year 1555 when my black ancestors brought over here on a slave ship called Jesus, captained by Sir John Hawkins, a slave trader? Why didn't you say that all lives matter back then and stop those inhumane conditions to man? Why didn't you do it then? So we're not going to be fooled by saying that all lives matter. We don't fall for that shit no more. It's a new day in the neighborhood. Jesus said, and ye shall know the truth. And the truth is what's going to set us free. America, America, America.
Roger B. Tawney, a Southerner, reads a decision that says that Dred Scott, as a black person, and black people generally, had never been, were not then, could never be citizens of the United States, and as such have no rights which white men are bound to respect.
America, America, America. You are proving to the world what you are all about. And to me, I'm going to say it over and over again. It is a big, big, big disgrace. And I believe that it is indeed time for a change. Please visit Boston G.B.R. and see many other subjects that the local newspapers, radio, and television will not report about the black man, woman, and their children. Until next time, bye-bye. Here comes Lowndes County High School.
What do you think, who do you think has the power to break this system? And what do you think needs to be done? Like, who needs to be uniting together, you know?
Thank you very much. You are really nice and you are powerful. That is a powerful question. What could bring about that change is, as I said, if the football games were interrupted.
Let me say this to you. To me, and they did, they also can do this to you, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, and coming generations. Unless somebody is willing to stand up for what is right. Now look, they criticize the Honorable Kendrick Johnson and Jacqueline for simply asking a question. Why could we not view the remains of our son? Why and who removed his organs and they can't be accounted for? Where is our child's clothes that we purchased for them? How could it be that information...
Can I stop you for a second?
Just a minute. Now,
okay, how long are you going to take? Because I can't be here all day.
Now, right now, I'm fit to hear the Lowndes County Sheriff Department, the very people I'm talking about.
No, I'm Valdosta Police Department.
The Valdosta Police Department.
Okay, I just need you for 30 seconds.
And what I want to do, I'm going to turn off the video because I want to listen to them. Now, yes, sir, what do you want?
Okay, I just want, we got a call about you out in traffic, and we didn't see you in traffic, but we just came here to ask if you were stepping out. And if you were, we're not saying you were, but if you were, please stay on the sidewalk. We're just getting calls about it, so we're coming out here just to make sure you were all okay and everything's okay, all right? Is that good?
That's perfect. Will you please tell Chief Childress that I appreciate him responding to the citizens of this community?
Yes, sir.
I think that's the best thing that can be done. I think that's what needs to be done. I wish somebody would respond to me being under a 2-year, 5-month criminal trespass and banned from Lowndes County High School without violating any law. And if that had not happened to me, I would not be standing here on public property, not in the street. And I want you to know, and I want the person that called in, that they gave you their name, tell them that they are a liar and the truth is not in them. For I am an upright, retired military veteran that served my country. Officer King
and
New.
Yes, sir.
And be sure to pass this on to Chief Childress and tell him I appreciate him doing what we are paying them to do.
Feel free to do your thing. Just please try to watch traffic and all that stuff, okay?
I've been doing this since '75. Okay. Take care of yourself. Come on, my beautiful brother. Shake my hand. I ain't got nothing wrong. Y'all good people. And we got a lot of people that... Look, this is what it's on. Y'all can go ahead and thank you very much. I appreciate you, man. I want you all to say something. Look, let me say this to you all. You know, this is what happened. You know, everybody got something to say about people when they try to do what is right. I have not violated any law. Yet somebody gonna say I'm out of here in traffic. Isn't that something? Liars. They apparently are of their father, the devil, the wicked one. But all I want to say to you is that I love them. I know why they're doing what they're doing. And sooner or later, you're gonna see it clearer than what you've ever seen it. Because I made sure that I understood what Deputy Thomas said to me. He said to me, if I go as far...
You go in this area, you will get arrested, okay?
Okay, what can I tell you?
You need to stay right here.
Okay, they got a public meeting down here, so you're telling me I can't go to the public meeting?
I do not know anything.
I got you, but there's a public meeting.
I understand.
I'm not going.
I've been told.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is that there's a public meeting down here, so you all telling me that I cannot go to a public meeting, and I haven't violated no law.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do like you're saying, but
you have a criminal trespass warning for the area of Lowndes High School.
Okay. Everybody, all of us do.
No.
Well, I do.
As far as I know, it's just you.
Is that right?
As far as I know.
Okay, I don't want to hold up traffic. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do, bro?
Go back out this way.
Okay, man, this is gonna be interesting in court. I have just been told that I have a criminal trespass warrant against me to stay off of Lowndes County school property, and I did not know that. My question is, who else have been issued a trespass warrant? I did not even know that I had been given a trespass warrant. This is getting very, very interesting at this time. To me, and they did, they also can do this to you, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, and coming generations. unless somebody is willing to stand up for what is right.
Good morning, everybody. One of my reasons I brought my friend out here this morning, because I want to make him feel better, okay? See, you can come to this park, Brother Rain.
Yes, sir.
You can come on these premises and don't have warrants put out for your arrest, and I just brought you here just to make you feel better, man. No, you got a place you can come without being harassed and nobody put a warrant out on your arrest and create no defamation of your character and saying that you're a nasty and bad person, that they're afraid that because of the death of Kendrick Johnson that they won't allow you on the school campus to talk about the kids. Even though Kendrick is dead, you know, it's like this moss I got here. It even appears to be dead, but it's yet alive.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's yet alive and it's not rooted in anything particular.
Yes, sir.
It is rooted by life itself, okay? But, you know, I'm going to hang it back on this little tree limb here where I got it from off another limb, put it back in this environment. And, see, Brother Ryan, you put things back in their environment where they should be. And that's why they don't want you out there. But I just brought you by here, man, just to make you feel better. Because I got tired of you looking and feeling so depressed because your character has been damaged to the degree that it have. And I brought you out here to this old park, and you ain't gonna get no warrants put on your arrest out here, Doc.
Okay. Okay.
You know, you're not gonna get none of that put on you out here. So, you know, I hope I did something to make you feel a little better, man.
All right. So you're telling me out here I have freedom of movement?
Yes, of course. And you don't have to worry about them putting you on the arrest out here and issue no warrants and stuff. You know, this man got warrants put on him simply because of an issue that's surrounding the death of Kendrick Johnson. And he wasn't committed. See, my granddaughter graduated this year, and I wanted him out there to record, you know, my granddaughter's graduation. And I had particular asked him and had planned this. And when he got ready to come onto the campus, you know, and he was in a rental car, not his regular car. So that meant they had been picking him out, screening him out, and he says that they couldn't allow him to come on the campus, that the superintendent had issued a warrant for his arrest 2 years, not 2 years, but 2 weeks prior. You know, so I went over and just had a talk with, I went to talk to the superintendent, but he wasn't available. So I talked to the next person in line, I think it was his personal secretary or someone like that had some authority. And she began to tell me some things, and when I brought up the issue about, when I first talked to her, I brought up issues that even though last year, not this past graduation, but the graduation before, they had $12 million in scholarships and no black students got none of the money. But they used these black kids here to play football to be grand champions and shut this whole city down. And I'm quite sure large money changed hands. They get endorsement. They got ESPN coming here. And they don't want no kind of scandal against the school to interfere with the entertainment of black youth playing ball for them, even though their mom and dad, some of them living in the projects. And they can't receive no benefits. So we were discussing that. So I led into that to lead into the conversation about George Boston Rhines and what caused him not to be there. So she went to telling me stuff like, perhaps we were going to talk to the students and this kind of thing. And but he was there to record us, not for that. So it was about an issue. And by being about that issue, like I said, Frederick Johnson, he's dead. This moss on this tree is dead, but it's yet alive. So Rhines kind of keep the issue alive to a certain degree by revealing truths and facts. So, you know, they didn't have no reason. So I brought my friend out here this morning just so he could feel better. Because out here, no one gonna put no warrant on him to have him arrested. So therefore, he can go out and confront the issues. And man, I hope it make you feel better.
Well, I appreciate that, Doc. Very few people across the nation, including ministers of the gospel, civil rights leaders, Georgia Attorney General, they all know about the violation of my human and civil rights, but yet and still I can't get, you the only somebody here in Valdosta, you the only somebody that seem to care about me and my rights being washed away as if though I didn't put not one day into the armed forces, as if though I am insignificant. I want to thank you above all the civil rights leaders that I know and respect. You are the only somebody that have come out and showed that you care something about that amendment in this country that has made this country a distinguishing mark among most countries of the world. But yet they don't say what you have said. So my beautiful brother, I just want to say thank you for what you have said. Thank you for telling the truth. I don't want you to lie for me with your granddaughter, Sister Terry. Your wife asked me to record. I was going to be there, record and video, but I was denied that right. And even until this day,
if they had a public meeting, if the Lowndes County Board of Education met, I would be in violation of some unwritten law, and I could be taken off to jail. And yet the Georgia Secretary of State know that he talked about open government under the Sunshine Law, and yet he know this has happened to me. The governor of the state of Georgia talk about open government, but you can't be open when you have banned me illegally here in the state of Georgia. Close us out to my beautiful brother.
Well, the thing of it is that you didn't realize that they had a warrant out, and they did. And when we talked to I talked to the superintendent. He did say that something was in place, that he didn't put it in place, and everybody's denying the fact now. The sheriff said he didn't put it in place. You know, went everywhere and took a look, but they said something in place. So you better believe me, they do have something in place.
Yes,
but anyway, man, I just thought I'd bring you by here this morning and let you know you got a place, you know.
Once ago. All right, thank you, my beautiful brother. Once again, what's your name?
John Robinson.
And we don't just talk about Dr. King's dream. We are the dream. We are the dream of the new dispensation. And hell, we ain't just dreaming. We bring it into a real reality of what other people only dream about. I'm George Boston Rhymes, and once again, that's John Robinson. He is walking to the Lowndes County Board of Education.
I can see the meeting up between y'all.
All right, okay.
Trying to wait to tell you your face, right? But we need you to come in and do the recording for us, man. So I'm find out what the deal is.
Okay.
All right?
Well, I sure appreciate it because I can't go on the property.
I'll go find out, but we need you to cover the thing on the school board, but we need to get the school board of education.
Okay. I'm in it's about the 40th day, Doc, that I've been banned from this property.
Well, we can see if we can get something going.
Okay.
So we need you at the school board meeting.
That's right. And according to what they say, I don't think I can go to any school
none in the county.
property in the county. All right, I'll be waiting on you to come back then, whatever. All right. We are at the Lowndes County School Board of Education. Once again, this is the 40th day that I cannot go on Lowndes County School Board property, and since I guess the city school boards in the county, that I'm banned from them as well. Once again, this was told to me for the first time, to my knowledge, on May the 25th, at which time I was banned. They told me that if I go on any Lowndes County school property, that I could be arrested. And as you can see, I brought this man out here today to try to talk to somebody at the school system. Since I could not drive on the property, and it's my vehicle, I wouldn't even take a chance of him driving my vehicle. So I just put him out, and that's where he's going. And as you know, Wes Taylor, the superintendent, said that he did not get the trespass warning on me. The sheriff said he didn't do it. I have notified the Georgia Attorney General through various means, United States Justice Department, civil rights organizations, but I am still banned from the school for no reason that I know of. All I know, I have not violated any law, but what I have done is reported the truth. And as you see, it is on YouTube, and I will continue to report what the local news media will not report, because I believe you have a right to know. Once again, Boston G.B.R. doing what I do, because this is the way I do it.
And I wasn't there. No. Hey, when they whipped my great-great-grandfather with the whip, no, Lord have mercy,
elected officials, this cloud is over you too, because you should at least address the fact that you got me under a criminal trespass and I violated no law. Do you care? Do you care, board members of education for Lowndes County School System? Do you care? Do you care about the children in this school that could be picked up or stopped and banned? Because as they've done it to me, they're going to do it to you, your children, and coming generations. And nobody but nobody will step up to the plate and take action and correct the gross wrong that they have done to this retired military veteran. And I can't do nothing but keep talking about it. It just won't go away, you see. Now, if they had not done this to me, now you can criticize me. I get some criticism. People tell me to let it go. I will let it go as soon as they let their order go. They the one did this to me. If they had not banned me, I wouldn't even be here cutting all these videos to let the world see what a real democracy looked like in 2016 here in the United States of America. Peace be unto you. Thank you very much. You are really nice and you are powerful. That is a powerful question. What could bring about that change is, as I said, if the football games were interrupted.
Let me say this to you.
Racism could no longer mask the reality of the occupation. These were people, these were human beings. I've since been plagued by guilt anytime I see an elderly man, like the one who couldn't walk, who we rolled onto a stretcher and told the Iraqi police to take him away. I feel guilt anytime I see a mother with her children, like the one who cried hysterically and screamed that we are worse than Saddam as we forced her from her home. I feel guilt anytime I see a young girl, like the one I grabbed by the arm and dragged into the street. We were told we were fighting terrorists. The real terrorist was me, and the real terrorism is this occupation.
I hope it won't be this way. I hope it won't be this way. I hope it won't be this way. Always. I hope it won't be this way. I'm praying for a brighter day. I hope it won't be this way. Always. Lord, make our world a peaceful place, the way you want it to be. Every woman and man, boy and girl, will know we're one with thee. Then I hope it won't be this way. Oh Lord, I hope it won't be this way. I hope it won't be this way. Always. I hope it won't be this way, because I'm praying for a brighter day. I hope it won't be this way. Always. Believers of all